Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the New Age Geeks channel. My name is Cece, and tonight we have Queer and Present Danger, a homebrew high fantasy D&D campaign made by yours truly with an all-queer cast. Happy Pride Month again. We just want to give a quick little reminder that we aim here on the New Age Geeks channel to make everybody feel welcome at our table. I'm going to pass it over to Hans.
Hello! We just want to start off with saying thank you to all of you amazing people out there who have taken the time to go in and vote for Crit Awards. We were nominated as a channel for up-and-coming YouTube channel, which is super incredible. So thank you for supporting not only Queer and Present Danger, but all of the other wonderful shows here on New Age Geeks. You still have time to vote. You can pop over to critawards.org, sign on to the Google form, and you can go ahead and vote. There are 48 amazing categories to sift through. Of course, getting to us, make sure to vote for New Age Geeks. Voting is open through July 7th. That is a hard deadline. And then, of course, the Crit Awards will be happening at Gen Con, streamed live on Crit Awards Twitch channel on Thursday the 1st of August, I believe, so the opening night of Gen Con. Other ways you can support us is by joining our Discord, subscribing to our Twitch and YouTube channels. You'll find moderated chats, emotes by one of our favorite geeks, Sarah. Hi, Sarah!
Hi, Sarah.
Yes, sir.
And chat rooms with the cast and other members of our growing community. Remember, the best way to help us out with all the algorithms is engagement. So watch the video all the way through, like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that all those platforms know to share us with everyone else. Beyond that, we have posts going up on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So if you're on those platforms, make sure to follow us there as well. Dumb.
You didn't say that for more geeky goodness, and it felt like missing a step at the top of the stairs.
Got him.
Twitch Prime, for those who don't know, is free if you already have Amazon Prime. It awards you a 1-month subscription to any channel on Twitch. Once per month, you do need to go in and resubscribe to that channel at no additional cost. Just link your accounts and click subscribe with Prime on the channel of your choosing. If you're feeling charitable, please subscribe here on Twitch and YouTube. Perhaps gift subscriptions to others, cheer using bits, donate via PayPal, check out our merch shop, and subscribe to our Patreon. That'd be cool. Lastly, if you wish to become a sponsor for the New Age Geeks, reach out to us directly via our Instagram page to begin those discussions.
And one more quick little announcement. If you guys enjoy the music that we have going on here on the Forging, or not, this isn't Forging Fates. On the New Age Geeks channel. If you enjoy the music we have on the New Age Geeks channel, we highly recommend checking out the SonCraft bot. The SonCraft bot allows you to play open source community selected music and soundscapes directly from your Discord server. Whether you're playing with friends or streaming on Twitch, you can use the audio stress-free. With their pro level subscription, you get their playlist builder, shareable playlist codes, access to 40+ music genres, 20+ soundscape types, global genre selections, and 2 premium Discord servers, all for just $10 a month. But using our referral code NAG, that is N-A-G, will get you $2 off of your subscription for the first 3 months. All you need to do to get started is invite the SonCraft bot of your choosing to your Discord server, then just hit play and let SonCraft take care of the rest. And then just one more little note before we get into tonight's session. This is a pre-recorded session, but a little fun fact is the day that this is being broadcasted is my birthday. I will definitely be hanging out in the Twitch chat and in the Discord server as well, so make sure to stop by and come say hi. But without further ado, let's get into tonight's episode of Queer and Present Danger. So, last session was a bit of a lore dump, to be honest, which we all love. Ashira had stepped away after the encounter at the temple to go try and clear their head a little bit. And while that happened, Bloom, Talia, and Toby went through the book that was given to them by Arya. They spent some time going through the book and finding what they could about certain gods and their anchors that help tether them to this realm. As they were reading through the book, they heard a small commotion come from downstairs. And as they went to go check it out, they found Henry in the kitchen trying to cook. Henry was trying to make him and Delilah a lovely dinner, and while he was cleaning up and trying to remake this dinner, he asked the Dreamwalkers if they would go gather some flowers, try and make this a little special. So Talia, Bloom, and Toby went to the royal garden to obtain said flowers, in which you discovered that one of the gardeners was tasked with enchanting the flowers to help calm the patrons of the garden. After picking what flowers you deemed adequate, you brought it back to the Whispering Willow Inn, and when you returned, you found that Henry had made enough food for all of you, as well as seeing some delectable cupcakes on the counter. So after you all ate, you each took a cupcake and then began to head back upstairs. But we're going to do a small jump back in time. Ashira, as you are walking back to your room, what was going on inside of your mind after the encounter at the temple?
A part of her, like probably reflecting back on everything that had occurred in the last span of time, including accepting the deal with D. I think there's still a bit of hesitance there, but I think a part of where my thoughts are going, where Ashira's head is just, it was necessary, we had to do it. What if the gods don't answer again? And then also thinking back to the fight where it was rough with just the three there. And I think it's that realization of I think we need to try and keep the group together, and then realizing I'm by myself. Maybe I should not have gone for a walk with everything that's just happened. Flipping back and forth between concern of how am I going to keep all of them safe, and then wanting to kind of do what her god's asking for her, mixed with I don't know where my faith stands completely still. I think that's just where her head is at.
So where did you go on your walk to try and clear your head?
I think it's weird being so far away from water for her that I think I probably sought out maybe a fountain or a small pool or something. Just any form of water she's just naturally drawn towards.
Okay, go ahead and give me either investigation or survival.
They're both so good. Oh, that's actually not bad. Dirty 20. Survival. I don't talk about my investigation.
Don't worry about it. So as you're sort of walking and winding through these bustling streets of Holden, you can generally sort of feel yourself pulled in a general direction into a little bit of a quieter part of town. And you can see a gorgeous little spring. It's not huge, but it's bigger than a pond. And it seems to have some sort of either enchantment or something to keep the water lightly bubbling and flowing in this area. You can see maybe just a handful of other people in the area, just sort of sitting and either talking amongst themselves or reading a book.
She'll probably find an area where there's fewer people and probably just stand with her feet just in the water, crouch down and then look at herself in the water, kind of curled up, knees to chest, just studying herself.
As your feet touch the water, it's a very calming feeling. The sounds of the bubbling water mixed with a light breeze rustling the leaves in the trees. It helps bring you sort of that sense of calm. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No. I say suspiciously as I debate something. I think finally kind of having a bit of that calm back, which is something that is always a struggle for Ashira. She'll kind of hold on to that feeling and start making her way back to the others.
Yeah. As you begin to walk back to the inn, you, in the distance, can see the three of them walking back into the inn. You can see Toby's got a flower, but the three of them walk back in as you slowly and unknowingly approach behind them.
I'm stealthy as I approach.
You want to roll stealth for me?
Are you wearing armor?
Yep, sure do. 9.
So
it's just lower than everyone's passive.
Yeah, you guys hear just some clanking of armor behind you as you walk into the tavern.
Hi, Toby. I'm right here. I can see. Yeah.
I was muted the whole time.
Oh no.
I was gonna ask if like Wither said anything.
Oh, because someone is
I
sneaking
forgot
up
about
behind
that.
you. Actually, yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
But I'm also not a foe.
that is true. She's not
I
an
don't
enemy.
think Wither
Wither hates you.
only fires on enemies. I think it's literally anything trying to sneak up behind me.
Well, if that's the case, then you hear Wither go, "Look out behind you!"
Oh, hi, Shira! I know not to try to attack something behind me after Stevie happened. I had a feeling it was probably you.
Did Wither just...
Yeah, she did that when Stevie tried to sneak up behind me too. She doesn't like it when people try to surprise me.
I don't know, was that when I was on... Were you guys on watch when that happened? I, as a player, 100% don't remember.
You know what? I think
It
that was the session you missed that you like
I was
passed
asleep.
out and you were asleep. I think it was, right?
when
It
you
counts.
guys were talking to Charlotte and getting ready to teleport back, and Stevie was trying to give you something as a goodbye.
Yeah, but she was being playful, and Bloom just turned around and they had one of those like.
I love it. Yes, beautiful.
It's like Stevie and I both just screaming at each other.
It's okay. That's what happens IRL. Me and my cat screaming back at each other.
Adorable.
Anyways.
Why do you all have flowers?
Oh, they're for Henry.
Henry's trying to get his wife back.
Oh.
What?
Oh, that's...
Is that why he's doing this?
That's what I thought. Don't people usually give other people flowers when they're in love?
I don't know.
My dad gave my mom flowers a lot. They were usually dying, but she liked those ones better.
Just headcanon. Bloom's parents are just now Gomez and Morticia.
They kind of are, though.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but like, he asked us to do it, so we did it to be helpful. Also, he's making us food.
That's very nice of him.
Yeah, he made a mess though.
We saved you a cupcake.
Oh, thank you.
Shira, if you want to go ahead and roll a d6 for me, as Bloom hands you a cupcake.
Suspicious.
They're all
One.
different flavors. They're not just all cake flavor.
Oh.
It's just a plain vanilla.
Never mind, that one is just cake flavored.
They're not just cake
like
flavored.
seaweed flakes from in my bag and puts them on top of the cupcake, like sprinkles, and then eats it.
Talia got funfetti, and I got something called red velvet. And Toby, which one did you get? I forgot. Was it chocolate?
I forgot too. I don't remember.
It's probably chocolate.
I ate it too fast. I didn't really taste it. It was just yummy.
It was cake flavor. See? I'm onto something.
Cake flavor
Yeah,
is arguably the best flavor.
It made my belly happy, and that's really all that matters.
And if you were missing any hit points, it also was either a first or a second level cure wounds, I believe.
It was a 9th level cure wounds.
That's a special cupcake you got there.
It was actually Revivify.
I'm secretly dead, so it's perfect. What, a cure wounds is D8?
Oh, one of them has my stuffed turtle. I think it's Talia. Who had my
I
stuffed
believe
turtle?
so. Talia has the stuffed turtle.
Yeah.
So Ashira, we found out so much from the book that we got about all of the anchors and let's see. So we have Darius. She has a grove of eternal spring, and it's in her oasis and the Dariosa Islands, and then she has a staff of the wilds, and no one really knows anything about it, but it's a really big staff. And then there's like a bow of the huntress that's supposed to make you really good at shooting things, and I think we should get that one for Talia. I think she would really be good with that one. And then Oigari and Elidios have anchors too, and they have lanterns, and one of them is a moon one, and then one of them is a sun one. And then they also have like temples that were built, and they both match. Like all of theirs are matching, and they're in like kind of the north, I think. And then Neros, that one's yours, right? There's a pillar of tides. It's a monolith, and it's in the ocean. It's in the ocean, and there's carvings on it, and apparently they change. So sometimes people try to tell the future with it. And apparently a lot of people don't really make it though, right? I think I heard something about how like some people they try to find the pillar and like bad things happen.
Sea's a dangerous place.
And then there's the trident, which we think you should have, Ashira, because it's like a trident of storms. But I guess it's just rumors. We don't know if it actually exists. But it's made of meteorite iron. Remember I was talking to you about the meteors and how they vaporize? Well, this one didn't vaporize all the way. And there's coral in it. So it's like a fiery, burning shell of what it once was, and it somehow survived being vaporized, and then it went to the bottom of the ocean. It got coral on it, and I guess it has so much power that it's hidden really, really well. And then there's a really big whirlpool that's also an anchor, and I don't know how we're gonna get that one, but it seems really dangerous. And no one survives that. That's the one where no one returns. Now I remember. That's the one where no one returns after they try to find it.
Well, it also said that it is colossal and perpetual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like my appetite.
Hands you the other
Ashira,
half of my cupcake.
do you want to roll me a history check with advantage?
I really do.
You know, I don't think you do. We could just skip that, right? Just who needs it?
Find the whirlpool.
Also, side note, I would literally pay to listen to Bloom recap anything.
That's what we just need to do, like a harken back type thing of where Bloom just recaps her episodes every like so many, and it's just the most random 15 minutes of recap.
And Toby's pretty good at that too.
What you're talking about?
You take the last
I'm
ones, Toby.
proficient.
I know you took notes too.
Just a few.
17.
Okay. With a 17, you can remember sort of looking back to your childhood and early like teenage years. Specifically the Trident of Storms and the whirlpool that was mentioned were often subject of like sort of children's stories.
Mm-hmm.
The whirlpool one was sort of a way to promote like being safe and being aware of your surroundings. You don't want to get sucked into a whirlpool, obviously, but it was always used as like sort of a cautionary tale. And with the Trident of Storms in some of the like children's stories that you can remember, some of them said that Neros himself wielded it for a time. Others were more than likely fictional stories of great warriors searching for it and using it to defeat some greater evil. So those two you've like heard about in a sense. And then with the pillars, they sound familiar.
Ashira, I think we should check on the pillars because didn't you say that you had a vision that Darius was really upset with Neros and saying that he should be really angry about the anchors and stuff? Like maybe the pillar, maybe something happened to the pillar. Like what if someone destroyed it?
My first vision I had that Nero showed me was a temple being destroyed. And then the second one, I'm pretty sure was maybe Darius's grove that I was seeing. They were talking there, maybe? But the pillars sound familiar, but I can't place where they would be. And the other two, I mean, are just children's tales. But most stories have roots somewhere, so maybe.
Well, if
Wow.
maybe is all you got, then that's okay. But there's more. There's so many more. there's a lot more, and like the book is
Uh-huh.
only a few, and like there's more. But um we what?
Well, one of the other things that was said was sometimes towns, cities can be
Yeah.
an anchor.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, about that, Sopera, the pages are gone.
so Perez.
Sopera's anchors, they're gone.
Pairs anchors are missing from the book. Also, the book didn't mention any cities so far that we read about. Like there was the Grove of Eternal Spring, and like the Sanctuary of the Moons and the Solar Temple. But like there's also no, that's pretty much it as far as I can tell. The rest are mostly items, and I'll be looking through a notebook where I had taken notes, and I'll be flipping back and forth. And like we saw a Apatia, and they had the Firelight staff, which is like a staff, and it has amber on top of it, and it glows forever. But there might be more than one, according to somebody who scribbled in the notes on the side, which you're not supposed to do, otherwise you get kicked out of school. And it's supposed to protect and heal through fire, but we think it's being held by a priest of Apatia. And there's also the Ember Heart Amulet in a temple outside of Barnsley. It is got a gold frame and a ember that glows in on and off, and it supposedly provides a soothing warmth, and that they're both supposed to be in the hands of Apatia's people already, but like the staff seems kind of cool. And then Kenstos has a a deck of many fates. It doesn't say much about that. It's just like it's unknown where it is. And then there's a mirror of fractured time where you can see multiple and conflicting reflections which show different futures. It's possibly at the abandoned temple in Haribus, but we don't really know for sure. What we do know is that the users of that are usually losers, because and then Asterisk, who isn't really like a god, but it's like a lesser god, which is still pretty godlike, and that's cool, I guess. They have the Celestial Brush, which is a paintbrush, not a hairbrush, which confused me at first. But then that's used to create the constellations and the lights in the sky, and that's in Aramor on display. And then there's also a piece of the night sky that got taken down, and that's their anchor, and that's also at that same temple on display, which is kind of sketchy because like somebody could just come in and take it, but like yeah, that's
It's a
in Aramor.
veil.
Yeah.
It's a veil. Uh-huh. Sounds
You
pretty.
cover your face with it.
But I guess the book might not have all of them. I think there's more, but they just didn't find. So I mean, there might be one that's a city that we just don't know about, or it might be one of Sopera's where the pages were tucked out.
So I guess we'll certainly find out.
Yeah,
But
we
there's
don't really
some on
know
our
about.
continent. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there's some here. Nistra and Haribus are the closest places. Haribus is in line. Wait, we're in Holden, right? Haribus, if we keep going straight past it, will lead us to Wimborne. But if we go towards Nistra, that'll lead us in a straight line to Aramor. That's kind of like going from here to here or here to here. And then Aramor and Wimborne are kind of at the coast. Aramor is closer to Shadowfen, and Wimborne is closer to Northen. Northen. I don't remember how to say that the
Question,
right way.
Dan. With the tides, do I know which direction the city is currently going? Is it going north or is it going south?
Oh, of Devosa?
Yeah.
Right now it is going south. So when you
I know, I'm like,
jump shipped,
where did I get off?
because
so
you
long ago.
got off sort of down near the Dariosa Islands, because that's where you first met
Where
Toby.
things were going on, yeah.
So
Outside
it's
of Clearin.
by now it's on the other sides of the Dariosa Islands, currently
Mhm.
headed towards Shadowfen,
Okay. That might
but
be...
it's still like southwest
Yeah.
of Farnfoss.
Mhm. I guess if we're gonna maybe vote on if we go north or south, if we go south and eventually end up in Shadowfen, which for Bloom would be good, there's maybe a chance that we can find a boat somewhere along the coast, and I'm pretty good at navigating, and we can try and intersect with my home. It should be drifting past there sometime. That's the direction it's going. It kind of depends on the sea how fast it gets there.
Can I drive the boat?
No, I do
With
it.
supervision, yes.
I called it first, Toby.
I actually drive boats.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I haven't driven a boat yet. It's my turn.
Crash the boat, more likely.
Once we're out in the open sea, I would think you guys could take turns. As long as there's no storms and all the sea creatures stay below the water and there's no sudden shifts in the tide and nothing falls from the sky and it'll be great. The sea is lovely, I promise.
I always wanted to be a pirate.
I don't suggest saying you are one when we get to Devosa, but you can be a pirate while we're on the open sea, yes.
Yar.
I will buy you your own pirate hat.
We have to get one for Wither, too. You think they sell small ones?
Yes, I guarantee you they do.
Okay. Did I get a parrot?
Yeah, I can find a parrot. Just a doll on one shoulder, a parrot on the other.
I'm just ready for the beach episode.
But maybe we go that way?
Which way?
South.
South. Towards the Dariosa Islands? So
I like that idea, though. Mm-hmm.
we can go northeast to Wimborne with more, or south to Farnfoss, Clearin, and the Dariosa Islands. Those are really our options.
Because didn't you say one of them was in Barnsley, which is over on Shadowfen?
It's right outside of Barnsley, yeah. Right before the Badlands.
There are also some on Northon.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you think the Whirlpool is in Delaware Channel? That'd be too convenient, right? It's almost definitely in
I'm
the
just thinking of
Oceanus.
the path that my home
Asimund.
goes. I don't think we've ever encountered a giant. Obviously, the city still stands, but I don't think we've ever encountered a giant whirlpool in the time that I've been on the city. I think I would remember.
I don't know where your city goes.
Oh, well,
In fact, yours is the only city that goes anywhere.
Yeah, it's it follows the flow of the sea.
What if we went to the islands and we got to speak to Darius?
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Maybe
we can talk to her now, but like
maybe it'll be stronger.
That'd be cool.
Because we'd be in her anchor, we would be inside of it. We would be in there and we could maybe talk to her and maybe Neros will be there like last time. I don't know, maybe.
I'm gonna look at the mouse.
The mouse gets a vote.
Yeah, the mouse does get a vote, yes. I'm gonna...
You can see the mouse just shaking its head up and down.
I'm gonna take 3 crumbs. And
We need to name the mouse.
I'm gonna say Wimborne, Aramore, Dariosa Islands. I'm gonna back up and wait for him to pick it.
So you set the mouse on the ground?
Like on a table.
He's just gonna bolt.
And just put 3 things to eat in front of him.
The all-knowing mouse. Sir Frederick the Horse.
This is a very scientific method here.
It's like a magic 8-ball.
So there was Wimborne, Aramore, or the Dariosa Islands.
Uh-huh.
God, I didn't think I would have to make any of your decisions.
You're not, the mouse is.
It was honestly a good decision to ask the mouse. Like
that is true. You see the mouse sitting and then looking at each one, sort of puts its little paws like, and then heads towards the crumb that is Aramore.
Oh,
Aramore.
I
Well,
hadn't
from
considered
Aramor, we
that
can
one.
still get a boat down to
Yeah.
Barnsley to Shadowfen and then try and find my home after. That works too.
That might be good because if we learn something new, we'll be in the middle. We won't be on like one side of the world. You know, we'll be closer to everything else.
Wasn't the prince also from Aramor? Wasn't
Yeah.
that the city that we were
Prince
trying
Adam?
to...
Yeah.
Do we need to
Wasn't
check
there
on them?
something on the way? Wasn't there also something? Wait, Nistra was on the way. Maybe we could talk to Charlotte again and see if she's still alive.
That would actually probably be really good. And maybe just check on that magic shop, though I'm pretty sure he's gone.
This is not a bad idea.
That's actually really smart. That's a
yeah,
really
the
good
And she
ones
could
in-
teleport us. She could teleport us places too.
Hey, the ones in Aramor are the ones for Asteris, the lesser god who has her stuff on display in one temple.
Oh, maybe we just warn them that potentially something bad is coming and go from there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that stuff hasn't been wielded yet. I would be kind of worried,
Mhm.
you know. No one's used the paintbrush.
Out of character, DM, just because it's been a little bit. When we were at the temple where we got the book and we were talking to the priests and priestesses, did they say specifically which temple? Because they had mentioned one of like their other temples had something weird going on in it. Did they ever tell us where that temple was at? When we had asked.
The
if things
temple
were-
to Darius?
No.
Is that what you're
Yeah.
referencing? Because I believe Arya had mentioned that some of the plants in their temple started dying.
Everything was dying and wilting away. Where do we know where that would be? Because I know we all thought that was weird. I'm just thinking if it's along the way, we can add that to our checklist.
So there is a temple to Darius in Holden. You guys would probably just have to like ask around or investigate to find it.
That's not a
Do we
bad
know if
idea while we're
that's-
here.
Yeah. If things are weird with the gods, they might know something too. Something weird's happening in their temple.
Yeah, if it's like all of Darius's temples that have plants dying, or if it's just the one temple.
Because that might change what we decide to do. If it's going after temples to Darius or any of her their items,
Her.
Okay, let's read the first one. If they're going after any of her items first.
She was at the top of their hit list, it sounded like, right? Because she made people like gods again.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay. I think, yeah, maybe we do just double check on that temple before we do anything too crazy or leave town. Just to see if there's something we can maybe help with. Or maybe it'll help us figure something else out with why it's happening.
Is there a fireplace here?
Yeah, in the tavern.
Mhm.
Yep, there's a small one off in the corner.
I'm gonna just hop off my chair and just wander over to the fireplace and start, like, scooping up little bits of soot.
Oh, okay. Spell ingredients. S'more.
Just Bloom and Ashira both were like, what are you doing?
Bloom is more like, ooh, what's gonna happen? And she was like, oh, what's gonna happen?
And then I'm gonna come back to the table and I'm gonna take a salt shaker and just pop off the top.
Not a bad idea. I might grab some salt too.
I'm gonna put like a little bit on the table and then pour the rest into my component pouch. And most of the soot has been gathered and put in the component pouch, but some of it's still out. And I'm gonna mix it up and just grind it together and just spread it out in a little, about the size of a page. And I'm just gonna start casting a ritual spell for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. What are you casting?
I'll send it to you.
That's suspicious.
Fireball.
That is not one of my
Right on us,
spells.
TPK.
TPK.
No, I had mentioned last time that Fireball didn't work for me, so I had to find ways to make it smaller. But this is not that.
I'll grab some soot too. You never know. We like to learn each other's spells.
And I don't know if this is going to work, which is why it's being done as a ritual spell.
I love this idea, and I want it to work.
It's okay if it doesn't.
Will you just roll me a d20 plus your spell casting modifier.
Gesundheit.
That is a 16 plus 4 for a dirty 20.
Okay. As you sort of watch Toby begin to cast this spell, you can also sort of notice Delilah peering around Henry. Like, what the fuck is he doing? You hear Shira sneeze, but then Toby, you hear a voice. Oh, well, bless you, darling.
Oh my god, it works. Hi. First, tell me what your name is. Second, tell me what you were told to do. And third, I'm so excited. Hi.
Well, hello. And you all see Toby looking at the mouse. You don't hear what the mouse is saying, but you can hear him talking to a mouse.
As the mouse is squeaking at me, the soot and salt are rearranging into glyphs that are coming off of the page that I've created and coming into my mind as arcane sigils.
Well, I don't necessarily have a name, but
What? You don't have a name? We gotta get you a name. We gotta give you a name. You're gonna have the best name. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be like Mousinator.
I love it already. Sorry, what were the other questions you asked?
How did you get here? How did you find us? Were you sent here? If you were sent here, were you told to do something specific?
I don't have that fast of an attention span, but I was sent here by Darius. So yes, I was summoned here. I honestly don't know if I have a purpose.
Okay.
But I like you guys and I wouldn't mind sticking around.
Oh yeah, of course. We're gonna keep you around. You're part of the team now. You don't have a choice. The part about being sent by Darius, did she send you to find us? And was it specifically one of us or all of us?
Well, if I am remembering this correctly, it is you guys made a prayer to Darius.
Yeah.
Sort
Did
of
that a couple
asking
times.
for assistance, and
Uh-huh.
she sent me here. And I tore off a little piece of that menu. I hope they don't mind. Try
Yeah,
and
it's fine.
communicate.
Yeah, the word anchor. It was really good. It helped us out a lot. Maybe instead of Mousinator, I should call you Assistance.
Assistant?
Assistance. Like Constance, but Assistance.
Assistant.
Or Mousinator. We could stick with Mousinator. That's cool too. But like, I don't know. I'm just trying to be realistic because I'm apparently a lot sometimes. But like, that's Ashira's problem. Anyway, the mouse says that they were sent by Darius, and we should probably be paying attention to that because that's kind of important. There's a temple to Darius here in the city, right? That's what you guys said.
That is what I said, yes.
That is what Ashira said, or somebody. Oh,
The all-powerful.
the all-powerful Ashira. Yeah.
God of gods.
Hurriedly.
Sorry, that was a bug. Yeah. So the mouse doesn't have a name or why she was here, but sent by Darius to help us because we prayed about it, and wants to stick around if that's okay with everybody. Anything you want to ask her? Them, they, him, pronouns?
They is fine.
Hey. Okay. Anything else we want to ask them?
Just tell them I say hi.
Bloom says hello. Oh, also, Mousinator says bless you because you sneezed.
Oh,
Fascinator.
thank you.
You're welcome. I hope
You can
it's
see
okay
the
that I
mouse
said you will.
sort of skitters over to Bloom and sort of like stands up on its hind legs and looks at you.
Oh.
So if you're comfortable with that, there's a part of my shell that comes up behind my head where you could tuck yourself into and it'll keep you protected if you want to stay there. Otherwise, we could put you in a bag or Ashira's armor, or you could sit on Wither. I don't think Wither's gonna like that very much.
I don't
But-
think they would go in my armor. It's
It'll be
scale mail,
fine.
So it's like little, like, scales of fish that adore me. It's not like a hard plate or anything.
Scale mail.
Hey, the aesthetic. I
True.
am of the sea.
Are you? I didn't know that. Maybe you should tell me a few more times.
I will.
Everyone is so sassy tonight. Let's take a second.
Sassy during Pride Month? Unheard of.
Gay Wrath Month.
Honestly, feeling sloth more than anything, but sure, go off, Queen. Love that for you. Lay.
Well, if your shell will keep me safe, that will do.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean, but that doll gives me weird vibes.
Oh no, that's just Withers. It's fine. You don't have to be weirded out by the doll. It's just Bloom's friend.
Oh, the mouse doesn't like Wither?
They're just weird vibes, but
But
you know,
Wither's so nice.
they're part of the team, so you have to be cool until otherwise they are innocent.
She doesn't like Wither.
I'm sure it's nothing. It's okay.
Mm.
We're all friends here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Little voice from behind Bloom. Yeah.
It's gonna happen one of these times, guys. This doll's gonna talk
I'm
back.
waiting for it. I'm so ready. Just stay safe in the shop, and I don't want you to get hurt, because sometimes we go into situations and there's a big suit of armor with a hammer that's dripping acid, and then it hits you in the face, and then you stop moving, and I'm supposed to be okay with it, and I don't want that for you.
Shira and the mind's like, no, we're talking about this again. Like,
100%. She's just like, hey, Neurosis Grace. At some point, this child.
You go down once or twice, suddenly it's a big thing.
You go unconscious one time.
and
then again in the magic shop.
Nobody can hold a
that's
grudge like a
right.
That's
child.
true.
Especially
Let me
Toby.
start off by saying that. Nope, nobody else holds a grudge like a child does.
Hmm.
Anyways, the mouse sort of skitters up your arm and for now is just sitting on your shoulder.
Oh, I have one more question for the mouse. I forgot. I do have one. Would the mouse know where a temple of Darius is in town?
Yeah, do you know where it is?
Well, I'm sure I could find it pretty easily.
Is that because you know the city, or because you have some sort of divining rod in your head or something, or in your tail, or in your mousy ears?
I guess you could. It's closer to the second.
Yeah,
I mean, I was
rod for the divine.
sent by her, so.
Yeah, they could find it. It's not a big deal. They'll lead the way or point the way.
We could do like a Ratatouille ordeal, maybe with Toby,
I
like
don't
in the
have
back.
any hair.
But maybe just like we can give you like a little like saddle with like little reins, and the mouse can just like tug on like a
You know
rein.
the children's cartoon Franklin? I look like that. Like it's just a bald
I
head.
know, but like we could still give maybe like just tapping on like one side of your shoulder and then like skittering to the other side or something.
Or they could just point. Yeah, go that way. Go that way. Go that way.
I guess.
I think the Temple to Darius here is a good place to start. And then we can head towards Aramor when we're ready. And then figure out where your town is moving through. And either go there
roughly.
or go across the entire Lesbo Ocean and just find Barnsley.
Maybe we can have Charlotte teleport us places.
Maybe to Barnsley?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Or
because
Aramor.
we have to go to Aramor first.
Yeah, and like can Charlotte teleport us back to her? That would save us so much time.
I don't think so.
As you guys start to make your way out of the tavern and sort of talk amongst yourselves, we are going to call a quick break. We will be back shortly. See you soon. And welcome back, everybody. So let's get back into it. Picking up where we last left off, the three of you were talking and chatting, trying to plan out your journey ahead. Toby finding a crafty little way to talk to the now named Mousinator, finding out that they were sent by Darius to try and help send them a message. You all have decided to go find the Temple of Darius in Holden. You all begin to exit the inn and make your way through the bustling streets. Mousinator is on Toby's shoulder, sort of pointing and guiding the way to the temple. The temple itself is in a more northern part of the city, and as you approach the temple, you can, looking at it, it doesn't look right. Like you see this beautiful stonework with these gorgeous like floral engravings on it, and it looks like there's supposed to be like stuff growing up and around it, sort of like ivy climbing up a wall. But when you look at it, it seems like anything that was there is like sickly. Like the plants that were growing are kind of not as healthy as they should be. This beautiful sort of goldish tan stonework, kind of like granite building, lies ahead of you. As you sort of look up at the top into the bell tower of it, you see a bell that looks like an upside down flower.
Need to do gardener here.
I think
This sounds so dumb. Like, vibe-wise, does it feel off as someone who's spent a lot of time in temples? Like...
Yeah, the vibe. Bad vibes. Vibe is off.
Something's really wrong here, you guys. Doesn't feel right.
Wanna go in and check it out?
Yes, of course.
Kashira's like very distracted looking around trying to probably figure out where that bad feeling's coming from. She'll go in with the rest of them.
If you want to roll insight
Spooky vibes check.
or
Insight.
or nature or religion, wide variety.
I'm gonna insight check this temple. Spooky vibes check. 18.
18 is good. With your insight into this temple, it feels like it should be more lively, more rich in plant life, and it's just not there. But given the recent interaction you saw between Neros and Darius, maybe you're starting to understand why Darius was so angry.
Can I do like an investigation check to see if there's anyone around? Because like as far as we know, this isn't like an abandoned temple, right? Like,
yeah, I'll say that Mousinator would have told you before the spell ended that this is where they were spawned. This was their this was their last save
conjured.
point.
Yeah.
And they
All right.
made their way from here. Or no, that's not right, because you met the mouse in Nistra. Because of the connection they have with Darius, they were able to find it. It's not abandoned.
so are there people around then, or do I need to investigate for?
There's people around. I'll say that you notice like some people are giving the temple sort of odd looks as they begin to notice like the withering plants. But you don't see anybody go in or out of it.
I would like to go into it.
I'll go with.
Into the thick of it. You guys walk into the temple, and immediately you are sort of hit with that smell of burning incense. You can see a few like dimly lit torches around the space. Gives very like a bohemian sort of vibe to it. It's all of the tapestries and decorations are very colorful and lively, but again, it just feels off in here, with you sort of looking around and noticing potted plants where the soil is like bone dry, and the plants do not look happy about it. As you walk in and sort of make your way down this center aisle up towards the altar, you can see one gentleman sort of sitting at the base of the center altar. Looks to be an Earth Ganassi man, and he's just sort of sitting there with his head in his hands.
Is he kneeling, sitting cross-legged, sitting in a chair?
So kind of like sitting on the steps with his back facing the altar, elbows on his knees, head in his hands.
There's the ring in Bloom's head. I'm gonna say, do you think he's sleeping?
Please hold while Bloom uses the ring. Hang on. There was a pop-up.
I think he's just sad, Toby.
Oh, well, maybe we should cheer him up.
What do you think? Do you think we should sing him a song? Would he like that?
I'm very bad at singing.
Okay. Maybe I can do something with like thaumaturgy and can make like a little magic trick. I can do magic tricks.
Okay, I can do prestidigitation, and I could do something.
Okay. Right.
May have signed Bloom up for something that she can't really do, but we'll see.
We love to see it.
There's dimly lit torches. I am going to turn all of them. What color should I turn them? Hang on. Please hold.
Maybe I could change the color of all the lights in the room. What color should I choose?
Make them green.
Green? Okay. Like Toby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like plants.
All right.
So Bloom is going to start like skipping around the room, and as she gets to each torch, she's just gonna go like, and a green, and a green, and a green, and she's gonna basically run around the room like that. We're cheering up the Ganassi, green for Ganassi, green stands for Ganassi, we're cheering up the man.
If you don't have it, inspiration.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to create a non-magical trinket in my hand, and it's going to be just a little flower, like the bell in the tower. It's just a little bell, but it's shaped like the flower.
Can I make a little ding sound come from the bell with like another thaumaturgy?
I mean, the bell will make a ding sound.
Oh, okay.
Toby, before you do that, Bloom, I need you to... what am I even going to have you roll for this?
Let it be a performance check. Please tell me it's that simple.
Don't be a save. Don't be a save.
I'm
Not
like,
good.
I don't want to hear
Every
it.
time you walk in a
It's a saving
temple.
throw. No. I'm going to say either performance or persuasion, but it will be at disadvantage.
I just got inspiration, so let's do it.
I need to work on timing.
Well, I guess should I waste it on this? Should I go all out? You know what? No. Let's live on the edge. Let's live on the edge. I'm not going to use it. All right. This is her battle to fight. Let's see. Performance or persuasion? They're both the same. Okay. So that's disadvantage. First one is an 18. Second one, it's an 8. Could be worse.
Could be worse. That is very true.
I'm just a baby.
Just a baby.
I'm just a baby.
But Bloom, as you go skipping around, sort of singing your little song and changing the color of the torches, you see this man sort of lift up his head and sort of look at you with an air of confusion.
Well, confused isn't sad, so I'll take it.
But as you get a better look at his face, you can see he has like sort of this almost sage green sort of skin tone with dark green hair that almost emulates moss, sort of slicked back and flowing down. Is very defined facial features, but you can also see like heavy bags under his eyes as well as he looks at you. What are you doing?
Trying to turn that crown upside down.
Right.
Take it away, Toby.
We're the Dream Walkers, and we're the Dream Walkers and this jackass.
And we are wild stallions.
We're the Dream Walkers. That's Bloom, and I'm Toby, and that's Ashira, and this is Mousinator, and that's Withers, and we have another person named Talia, and we're gonna save the world.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna take us to a lot of different places and interact with a lot of different people, and your temple is next on our list. So, how can we save your world?
Well, I'm not sure. I've feel as though I've failed in some way. Either maybe Darius is not pleased or something's happened to her, but the plants in here are dying and that's not supposed to happen.
Oh,
It's
we
never
gathered
a good
that.
sign.
I don't think she's mad at you.
I think there's something else, maybe, that's affecting everything.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel how wrong it is here.
I mean, I only have one guess as to who you're divinely connected to.
I bet you'd be wrong.
Joke's on you. I have two
What gave
different
it away?
gods emblems on my neck. What gave it away? The seashells, the blue, the trident.
The thematic
scale
armor.
mail.
I look like a fish.
Are you a Pisces too? I bet you're a Pisces.
It's a surprise.
Okay.
Completely different zodiac. We're don't worry about it.
Actually, a Leo.
Surprise. Got him.
Sorry, I look
Guessing.
like a fish.
Ah, yes, the Hogwarts houses. We have death, turtle, secret royalty, and fish.
That's a really weird sorting out process to get there, but yeah. For sure.
God, I'm crying. Excuse me. Whew.
Yes, unsurprisingly, I do worship Neros.
Well,
The
has
fish god.
anything happened to your... Are you good?
I just heard him say very quietly, fish god.
God damn it!
Oh my god.
Welcome to Queer and Present Danger. We take our D&D very seriously here.
Whew.
Damiano's so calm.
He's normally the agent
Ow.
of chaos.
How? How do you do it?
Perfect angel.
My face hurts. My face hurts.
That's okay. We're okay. Have you felt anything going on with your god at all?
Well, I've seen some of what's going on with my god. They were able to show me a few different times. Actually, I sort of saw both of our gods.
You can see he's very taken aback. Saw them?
Yes. I kind of had a vision. Again, they were talking about the anchors being destroyed when we were in a different temple trying to get information. There's a dog in the temple!
Nimbus, keep it down back there. Now there's canonically a dog in the temple.
100%.
That was quick. That was good.
They told us at the other temple that something was very wrong here, and so we wanted to check here, especially because Darius was extremely upset by everything that was happening with the gods. And
So whatever's happening is out of their control.
yeah, that's kind of why they want us to try and stop it.
Well, I'm glad to know she's not mad at me. But
No.
forgive me. He stands up and makes his way over to you guys, and he sticks out his hand. My name is Sanderson.
I'll shake his hand.
My friends call me Sandy.
Oh, sorry, Ashira.
Right. So forgive me for asking again, but you said the gods chose you guys?
We're gonna be legends.
Oh, yeah, that might be the simplest way to to put it. I don't know if we're the only ones that they set on this path, but we all found our way to each other. Now we're together trying to fix things, sort of.
Well, I'm glad there's at least somebody doing something. It's honestly, if you're looking for more information, I don't want to say it's happened suddenly, but it seems like the plants have been struggling to stay alive in this temple. But clearly, you can see, I've always been great at taking care of them, but they've just been dying anyways.
Do you know what could be causing it?
Not off of the top of my head, but forgive me, you said something about anchors.
Mm-hmm. Being
Have you seen a bow? Like a bow and arrows kind of bow? Have you seen one around?
I mean, there's an armory down the road.
Like a Darius bow called the Bow of the Huntress.
Seen it? No, I've heard of it, but it was sort of brought up in tales of old.
We just want to know if someone destroyed it.
Or corrupted them, maybe?
Do you have a basement?
The music stops too. So perfect.
A
record screech.
yes?
Yeah, do you keep strange orbs that possess other creatures within them in your basement?
No.
Good. That's a bad
Ew.
idea. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
The only orbs we have would be like for spellcasting focuses, or
Oh.
we sort of stockpile like beads of nourishment and such.
Is there perhaps a vault on the premises?
I'm sorry, are you trying to get at something here, or
Could something
Look.
new have been brought in?
Either something was taken away, something was added in, or something that's already here was changed. That is the only possible options.
I mean, if it makes a difference, not as many people have been coming in as of recently.
Well, could it be that one of the anchors was destroyed and now, like, all of the temples are having this problem?
All of Darius's temples?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard from any of them?
I haven't.
What's Mousinator doing? Are they just chilling, or are they, like, going crazy right now?
Give me an insight check on this mouse.
Yeah, because, I'm so good at that. +2 makes that a 17.
Yeah, you can see the mousinator. The little mouse, so it has emerged from your shell and is sitting on your shoulder. And it's a very expressive mouse. You can see that they're concerned.
Huh.
They sort of look up at you and then look back over to Sandy. And then they sort of scamper down your arm.
Oh, okay.
And they skitter over to Sandy and just sort of sit and look up at him.
Sandy, this is Mousinator. Mousinator, this is Sandy. Sandy's a cleric of Darius, and Mousinator is a messenger of Darius, so you have a lot in common.
But a messenger.
A mousinger.
They sort of kneel down and pick up Mousinator, and weirdly, Mousy begins to glow a little bit. Glow with like a faint light green energy.
I don't think mice are supposed to be able to do that. I'm gonna say this is a god thing. I'm just gonna look at Ashira.
Maybe.
Good enough.
And as Mousinator begins to grow or glow sort of like that light green color, you can see Sanderson's eyes sort of wash over with that same green light. And the light diminishes as Sandy takes a huge deep breath. Okay, I'm caught up to speed. That was a lot at once. Well, I can try and give you guys any information you need.
Okay, one, what just happened?
DMCC talking. They caught Sandy up to speed, basically gave them a rundown of the anchors and like their importance and stuff, filling them in with what you guys know.
So, like,
Sandy.
being plugged into the Matrix and downloading Kung Fu, Mousinator just zapped that information into Sandy.
I like to think it's like That's So Raven, where it just goes like, what?
Yes. 10 out of 10.
And they sort of put Mousinator back on your shoulder, Toby. Yeah, that's daunting, very daunting. What can I do for you guys?
That's what we can do for you.
I don't suppose you can teleport us to Nistra. The last time we met someone in a temple, they were able to teleport us. Can you teleport? Because I don't want to walk that much again.
Well, actually, just from outside of Nistra. I did recently learn a new spell that could probably get you there. Oh, sorry, Toby, your name was, correct? Wouldn't call myself a cleric necessarily, but I could get you guys there.
What would you call yourself?
More druidic.
Funny, he doesn't look druidish. No,
What?
Spaceballs. Not Spaceballs. Yes, space. All right, never mind.
He's a druid cleric or Derek.
Joe would have gotten it, and he would have appreciated it.
That's rough, buddy.
So is your face. No, I'm kidding. Your face is smooth and perfect and glowing and radiant, just like the divine energies with which you channel. But this druid cleric, this Derek, this Sandy,
yeah.
he can get us places.
That would be wonderful, but are you sure there's nothing we can do to help you here?
Well, if you guys are helping the gods, I'm sure Darius is on that list. So, so helping her would be helping me in a way. I definitely miss that connection.
Maybe you can come with us.
But then who would watch the temple?
Oh, it's just you?
That should do what?
We're gonna go to the Dariosa Islands at some point too. Maybe you can just meet us there. And you can find someone to watch the temple by then.
I mean, this place used to be pretty busy, but people just have stopped showing up. But what I was gonna say is like that we still have that connection to Darius. It's just not as strong.
We're gonna go to her oasis.
Yeah, that's definitely a place on my bucket list.
If you change your mind.
If I could find somebody who I trust to watch the temple, I would.
Before he said who I could trust, Bloom like opened her mouth to say like maybe Henry, and then she just went. It's like, if I could just find somebody that I could trust. He almost blew up a kitchen.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you're sure there's nothing we can do here? I'll look at Mousinator and him and Mousinator and him.
Fascinated. You.
Just making faces at the mouse. Can we have a look around?
By all means, go ahead.
I'm gonna step past him up to the altar. And can you describe the altar for me?
Yeah, so the altar, as you step up to it, it seems to be like a very large base of a tree trunk. And judging by the size of this must have been a massive tree because it is about a 4-foot diameter across the center of it. And on the top of the tree trunk, you can sort of see a bunch of different runes and writings in circles around it, sort of like on the top of it. Oh, and I guess I never mentioned the symbol of Darius, which he is wearing proudly around his neck. It is a pair of antlers being held together by vines wrapping around them.
Ooh, interesting.
New icon unlocked.
Is there a place for offerings?
Yes, there is a little wooden bowl, sort of like, or I guess like more of like a woven bowl, sort of sitting in the center.
I will drop a gold in there and use prestidigitation to create a mark of a flower. Just appear on the altar itself and just say, it's okay to be scared. I'm scared, but I do the things anyway. Because sometimes bees are really scary. But I know bees are from your world and you're supposed to be in charge of all the aminals and stuff. But like bees are really scary and I'm scared of them. So like help us help you and none of us will have to be scared anymore.
Toby, if you don't have it already, inspiration.
Thank you.
As you sort of watch the gold coin and the little flower sort of symbol. With your passive perception, you can notice a faint glow to it. Seems a little weak at the moment, but there's just that little dimness before it fades.
And I'm gonna look at Sandy and say, maybe you could start from the top and work your way down. Check the bell tower, check any roof top stuff, make sure the plants are getting enough sun and rain, and maybe check the gutters. I know that in my house it's really hard to clean the gutters because my house is a giant turtle shell. Also check the basement because plants have roots, and sometimes things in the roots can actually suffocate the whole plant. So you gotta take care of that. And if you find anything, get rid of it.
I greatly appreciate this.
What we do.
Actually, one second. And you see him sort of put his hand into his robe and he pulls out a little pocket watch.
It's like another swirling orb that breaks open and roll for initiative.
Roll initiative. No. I just want to say I greatly appreciate what you guys are doing and for you all coming here. And he sort of looks at Bloom and Toby. Do you guys want to ring the bell?
Yes! Oh, I was gonna ask, but I was scared. I was like, I don't know if that would be disrespectful or something. Oh my god, yes. That would be nice.
And Ashira, if you want to join them, I can lead you all up.
I think Ashira's gonna stay here for a minute because I want to try something where they can go ring the bell.
Okay.
Suspicious.
That's weird.
No,
It's okay. Nimbus is in the corner watching.
Oh, the dog. I was like, who's Nimbus?
Bork, bork.
The dog that was barking while you were talking.
Yep.
Sandy just looks at you. He's like, well, if you want to stay down here, absolutely. We'll be back in maybe a couple minutes. It doesn't take that long. As he begins to lead Bloom and Toby upstairs to the bell tower.
Out of character, I wanted to ask to ring that bell so bad. So that was like part Bloom, part me being like, I'm so happy you asked.
I know what my players want, you guys. So he begins to lead you up the stairwell. And as you get closer, you can see a little bit of sunlight peeking in through this hatch as he swings it open. And you see this massive 4-foot tall bell, which, as previously mentioned, is a flower upside down. Can I have you both roll perception checks for me?
15.
Really? 6.
Toby, you're sort of the only one to notice this, but as you sort of go up onto the platform in which this bell is on, and you sort of begin walking around looking at this bell, you can see a few cracks starting to form. So the cracks are there, but they look like they're starting to form towards like the ends of these petals.
I'm gonna point it out if I see it. I don't have magic that can fix broken things. I mostly just have magic to break things. But it looks like you got cracks in your pretty bell.
Wait, what?
Yeah, look, right here.
And you can see the cracks are about like 8 inches long, and the initial one is, and then like little smaller branches sort of carving off of it. Oh dear. And he begins to examine it.
It's okay if you don't want us to ring it. It looks really fragile now.
It wasn't cracked before.
Do you know how to fix things like this?
No. At one point I was looking at a mending spell, but then I thought it would be cool if I could pick things up that weigh less than 10 pounds instead.
Yeah. That is a really good spell.
Yeah, but now I don't know. It didn't keep me from saving that orb. So
It's time.
probably should have just gotten mending one. Maybe I can give it an orange, like a slice of orange. Everyone feels better after they have orange.
It's a bell. It's not going to be able to eat it.
I don't know. The flower has to come out of some plant. Maybe I can let the plant eat it. And just put it in the ground where the roots are. I don't know.
I'm going to look at Sandy.
You know where the roots of the flower bell are?
I don't think it has roots. It's a bell.
Thought it was also a flower that had roots.
Well, it's made of metal.
Oh.
Is it silver?
It's golden in color.
I don't know then. I don't know.
You guys know anyone who might be able to fix it?
Do you remember if Ashira can do anything that... Because I know she always makes us feel better, but I don't know if she can fix things that aren't alive.
Well, Dorian owes her a favor. Maybe we could use that for this. I mean, we are still in Holden, right?
Yeah.
Could ask Princess Vanessa to do it. I'm sure the castle has somebody on their staff who's able to fix things. Otherwise, it's not a very good staff for a castle.
It's true. Maybe Talia can call her on the earring.
I could just write her a letter.
Yeah.
Right about now, we're going to cut back to Ashira. What are you doing?
Like Ashira took a moment and like took a couple breaths and then pulled out her holy symbol, closes her eyes and concentrates. And I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good. Specifically, I'm looking to see if anything has been magically desecrated, since most temples ping as being consecrated. And I'm going to walk around the temple and I'm just feeling for anything within, it's like a 30-foot sphere around me, up and down. I'm just looking for anything that pings as being desecrated. Because I'm doubting I'm going to sense any creatures. But I'm more looking for if anything's been, magically messed with.
How much do you explore of the temple is my question.
Honestly, if they're gonna be gone for a few minutes, I'm just gonna start, I want to walk the whole first floor, and if I find where it does go down into the basement, because something that Toby said about roots sticks with my head, I will start to head downstairs. And then by then, I'm assuming they might be coming back down, but if I don't feel anything, I might follow them up if they're not back down yet.
You begin to walk in the first level of this temple, and nothing seems to be going off at all as you walk up and down and sort of looking into any side rooms that there are. As you sort of begin to walk towards the basement, there is a weird, like, desecrated vibe in the way that you're seeing it as you begin to meet the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look down the stairs, you can essentially see a line coming down from where they just went. It seems like this desecration, if you will, creeped downward.
I just want to like pluck it.
Boing! You can see it is about 2.5 feet behind what seems to be this wall of dirt. So it is back behind.
It's traveling up through the wall like a root.
It's traveling down through the wall.
It's traveling down. I want to see how far down it goes, and then I'm going to follow it back up. I want to see what it's reaching towards.
So you make your way further down these steps as they sort of curve downwards, and you can see a pretty, for lack of words, a basic looking basement. There seems to be some dusty old bookshelves and a few chests, but nothing is really like sticking out to you per se. And as you begin to walk upwards, as you follow it, it begins you up to where Bloom and Toby are currently.
Is its point of origin the bell?
It is.
Does the bell feel like the bell itself is desecrated?
It does.
She kind of exits up into like the bell tower you all are, and just kind of stands there for a minute and is just studying the bell like very intensely.
Yeah, it's cracked. We can't ring it.
Well, it's not just cracked, it's desecrated. This is what's causing the corruption in your temple. And she'll look towards Sandy.
Huh?
I've seen magic fix things like this, but I can't do that yet. It's a little bit beyond anything I could do, but if you know how to hollow something, or if you know another cleric here that might fix what's wrong with the temple.
I'm sure I could find somebody for sure.
Would it work if we just broke it?
I guess
Why would you
DM would I know
break
if that
it?
would
I'm just, I
stop the
don't know.
corruption.
I don't know. I'm just putting options on the table. You don't have to take them. I'm just...
Shatter. I'm just kidding. Got him.
Roll me intelligence.
Me? Oh no. Intelligence, you say, not wisdom? I'm very wise.
Pretty sure she's talking about Ashira, not you.
I mean, it's a 17 plus 1, so 18. Smart in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the bell and sort of the desecration that has occurred to it, it seems like breaking it would not
Stop whatever.
stop it. As you saw previously, it has begun creeping its way to the base of this temple.
I don't think breaking it would fix it, Toby. I think it has to be hollowed.
But it's empty on the inside already.
No, so most things
Sure
in
it is.
temples and temples themselves are consecrated space or items. And sometimes magic or dark things or evil things can creep their way in and desecrate a space. And something happened to the bell, and I can see it. It's kind of like almost like a root growing back down through the walls. And
Somebody came in and desecrated it under my watch then.
Hey, where were you about a month ago?
A month ago? I was here.
Any chance you might have heard a guy on a soapbox in front of a crowd suggesting things to people?
Massively.
I can't say that I have.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, while all this is happening, I think Bloom is gonna sit down and do a ritual cast of detect magic.
Okay.
And yeah, she's just gonna sit down and she's gonna have like wither like she's gonna sit crisscross applesauce with like wither like sitting kind of like in the little like hollow that her leggies make. And she's gonna have her staff in one hand and her staff is just gonna like faintly glow while she just like whispers to herself. And yeah, that way she's not making too much noise while y'all are talking.
Toby and Ashira, are you two doing anything as Bloom casts this spell?
I think just studying like the bell itself, looking for any obvious signs that someone did something like directly to it.
I'm gonna wait till Bloom casts the spell, the killer spell. No. I really don't know how to do anything about this, so I'm just gonna sit here and look cute and wait.
Ashira, if you want to roll me investigation, please.
19.
As you begin to inspect the bell and sort of look for any visible marks on it, essentially, you can see a black smear of fingerprints dragging along the inside of the bell.
Like in progress or like from
was gonna say,
before?
From before.
Is it from my... am I seeing it like through my eyes or through like the lens that the spell's giving me? Because that's up for 10 minutes.
Oh, I didn't realize the spell up still.
It is. 10 minutes with it. I'm just gonna keep concentrating on it.
Yeah, no, this is just something you spot. It is not lit up by the spell.
Hey, Toby, do you have a piece of paper?
Yeah, of course. What do you need?
Can I have one?
Sure. I'll tear out a piece of paper.
I'll like very carefully like place it on and then like rub on my side of the paper to try and get it to imprint, and then I'm gonna peel it off. So I have a capture.
Bloom is just like trying to concentrate. She's like whispering a little louder. Like, I like really want to know what's going on right now. The purple fades like a little bit. It's like, nope.
And then I guess, am I picking up like from whatever left this? Do I get like a certain sense of what left it?
Oh yeah, can you tell like how big the hand was that left
Kind
it?
of that mixed with I can
is it
sense
a paw?
aberrations, celestial elementals, fey fiends, and undeads. Is it anything related to those right now?
Well, you're getting strong vibes from the little girl behind you, but like
Oh, I guess yeah. What am I picking up from?
Am I desecrated?
Actually, funnily enough, yeah. Do I pick up anything from Bloom?
celestial, aberration, fey, fiend, undead.
Elemental.
Oh,
I mean, I pick up the Genasi. Oh yeah, you are in fact.
Yeah.
I hate that I'm like
confused.
actually. Well, because I know Bloom is tiefling, so there's like that faint fiendish
Mm-hmm.
energy.
Do I pick up anything from the doll?
Do we need to
That's what
pop
we're gonna
into a
call
side
it.
chat? Do we need to pop into a side chat right now?
It's just like
Do we need
in
to
this
take a
moment,
break?
no. Sometimes maybe.
Let me see. I want to know the exact definition of all these things.
I think.
While that's happening, do I pick up anything from that handprint?
There is a faint fiendish energy off of the handprint.
Oh, okay, I can have like the print, like maybe a bit of the residue on the paper.
And this
I'll
is a
put it down.
large. It seems as if like so there's 3 finger marks. And they are able to fill up